We're on the road again and we are back. Welcome back to Transfer Deadline Day, Transfer Central on the LFC Transfer Room. This is literally what we're born and made for, gentlemen. We have got the absolute legend that is Mr. Daniel Izquierdo in the corner. The co-owner of the LFC Transfer Room. How are you, mate? You good?
Doing great, guys. I'm lucky to have Mondays off. So today's my day off. I'm ready to speak transfers, and especially because today is transfer deadline day. So let's get started.
I know, biggest day of the year for all of us here at the Transfer Room, especially in the winter. We're also joined by James. James, who we spoke briefly earlier about Nat Phillips. I'm sure we'll be covering him again. But yeah, you doing good, mate?
Oh yeah, good. It's one of those, isn't it? You're trying to work, but then you've got these notifications popping up all the time on your screen. You're like, oh, they've signed who? So it's a day where you probably fake working a little bit, don't you? And just start reading stuff on Sky Sports News and stuff. But yeah, I'm good, man.
And it's the return of the Mac. Thought he's still alive, just like Tupac, and he is. It's Chedu. How are you, fella? You good?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you. Glad to be back here after a hiatus, but you know what they say. You don't know what you're missing until they're gone. So that's why I'm back.
We've got the best opinions in the house, I believe, in Chedu. But yeah, it's good to have you back, man. So, first of all, we'll start with the confirmed deal. James, I'll avoid you for now because we spoke about this earlier. And I'll go straight back to you, Chedu. Nat Phillips to Bournemouth. The loan fee is looking at £1.5 million for 6 months, with an added £250,000 if Bournemouth get promoted. There is no fee at the end of the season for now. How are you feeling about that one, Chedu?
Well, I think that's a really, really good deal for all parties involved. Ned Phillips, of course, being the fifth center back at Liverpool right now, he was never going to get enough game time, and we've seen that throughout the season. He hasn't played almost at all, and seeing his incredible rise last season, he really needed more game time in order to keep improving his game. So a loan was always going to be good. It was a big question whether he was going to be sold or not, but after giving a new contract, it was made clear that wasn't going to happen. So a loan deal that has no option buy really helps us as much as it helps Nat himself. And Bournemouth are getting a fantastic defender out of it that could really help them to getting promoted and giving us a little bit of money in that way too.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Dan, Nat Phillips, a man who helped Liverpool to the top 4 last season, he could help Bournemouth to promotion this season. And this is a man who maybe could command a very decent fee at the end of the season.
Absolutely. If you guys look at the table as well, Bournemouth right now is currently just challenging for that promotion battle. So bringing someone like Nat Phillips is such a crucial, signing, mainly because you know what you're getting. We spoke about this the other day on Nat Phillips. You're having a player that is decent, solid, and is not going to be the fastest, but is not going to do any nonsense on the pitch. He's going to be solid as ever. And I remember, I think both of you guys were speaking, James and Kris, or it was Kris and Jack. You guys have the old school top center back on Ned Phillips. He's not going to do any craziness. He's just a very solid defender that is going to keep goals away. So I think it's definitely a move that is going to benefit Bournemouth a lot. And if they get promoted, they might be coming in for him and splashing 20 million. Why not even 25? We know we've seen what they've done with Jordan Ive and Solanke. They're not afraid of just splashing all the money in front of us when they know what they're getting.
There was also apparently loan deals on the thing. New things have come out. Loan deals on the table from Leicester and Newcastle. James. Now it's interesting that Liverpool turned those down, but I think it must be down to giving Nat Phillips pretty much bona fide guaranteed game time.
Yeah, I think it comes down to really what we want Nat Phillips and what Nat Phillips wants as well. You don't want to just play at a peak time, go back, and you don't want to be third or fourth choice centre back. So I think if someone's saying we want him to bring us up to the Premier League, we want him for game time. I think that, and it's about what excites Nat Phillips as well, isn't it? Being fourth choice centre back at Leicester, is that going to excite him? Whereas getting Bournemouth promoted, learning from Gary Cahill, who's one of the best centre-backs the Premier League's had, could be a perfect match made in heaven. And I know we talked earlier about who Nat Phillips is, and he's an old school centre back. And the best quote that just popped in my head as Dan was talking about it is from Die Hard 4, where he refers to John McClane as a Timex watch in a digital age, which kind of makes me think about Nat Phillips. He's just that powerhouse, isn't he? And that's probably what Bournemouth need more than the other teams.
And I'm sorry to interrupt as well, but James does put a good argument there. I'm pretty sure that the options were pretty clear in front of Ned Phillips. It's either stay at Liverpool and fight for what? You're not going to get that third starting spot ahead of Joe Gomez or even Konate. You're not going to fight for anything at Liverpool. So it's either going on loan or that's it, because it seems like none of the offers that Liverpool have had on the table were good enough for us to accept them and let them go. So, I mean, if you think about it, it doesn't make sense from our perspective. But at the end of the day, when you put all the cards on the table, the best thing that he can do is go to a promotion site that is hoping for promotion and hoping that he can get not even experience, because at this point, Nat Phillips is not on the train and NDH of saying, I want to learn from the best. No, he had Van Dijk. He had Matip. I mean, he doesn't care about learning. I think what he needs is just game time. What's the best option right now? Bournemouth is the way to go. So, yeah, I do agree on that end with James.
Yeah, I mean, Chedu, I think Liverpool did the best thing in the summer by giving Nat Phillips a long-term deal, because all the cards are in their hand now. A club can't just swoop in and get him for 2 or 3 million. They have to pay good money. And I think if Bournemouth come up, his stock will rise even higher.
Definitely. The thing with like giving him a new contract at the end of the season was it could have been seen as a little bit of a risky move, because it's a player that wasn't really that proven apart from that one season, and his form could have dipped, and selling him then might have been the best moment. But I think he's gonna do well in the Championship, and as you said, if they get promoted, it's just gonna raise his transfer value a lot. And I'd expect Liverpool to sell him if Bournemouth do get promoted, probably to them as well. For, as Dan said, 20-25 million, like that wouldn't be a surprise. I think now, like had he been sold today, it would have been up for like 10-15. If it gets promoted with them, it only bumps his transfer price to at least 20. But it was a really, really good move at the end of the day. And again, with Leicester and which other team bid for him?
Newcastle. He
was never going to get game time at either of those. Yes, he might have played like 5 games and that's about it. But 5 games at the Prem compared to half a season at the Championship, which is, it's a really good league in of its own. But he's going to get really, really good game time. As you said, it's not about, as Dan said, it's not about learning. It's just about getting game time and improving his game. And Bournemouth is the best place right now for him to do that.
Big love to Jen. We love Jen.
Thank you, Dan.
We love you, Jen.
Especially if Dan's going to dance every time someone gives the super sticker. Big love for that.
Dan will dab the next super sticker that's given. That's I think.
Hey, also one more thing. I was taking a look at the Bournemouth lineup right now, and their 2 center backs seem to be one left back and Gary Cahill. Not Gary, and just Cahill, the Crystal Palace. I think was he at Liverpool? No, right? Cahill.
Well,
that's
not Gary Cahill.
That's a Crystal Palace center back, right? And he's old. He's like 30 something. So you have a very, very weak center back partnership. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Lloyd Kelly is doing incredibly well, but that's a left back, So you don't have a proper center back at their back line. So Nat Phillips is just doing great for them. It will be great.
Lloyd Kelly was an ex-Liverpool player, wasn't he?
No, Lloyd Kelly was. We did target him. Yeah, targeted him a lot. Yeah, so it's certainly interesting. And I do hope, wish him the best. But we did discuss Nat Phillips in bulk in a stream earlier. So if you want to go and check that out, I'm sure it'll be up on the channel very shortly. We won't dwell on him anymore. But just to say that I did tell you it was guaranteed to happen. And did it happen?
Inside sources.
I mean, a loan fee of 1.5 million. A loan fee of 1.5 million seems more than good enough right now.
Exactly. Exactly. So on to another potential outgoing. I've seen a little bit of discussion on it. It wasn't really on the agenda, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. We're going to chat about Divock Origi and his potential future. I don't think he'll be going anywhere in January, if I'm being honest with you. He's got 6 months now. Obviously, we've only got about 6 hours left to the deadline. He also didn't cost Liverpool 30 million gas, but it was like 10 million. Yeah, but yeah, we'll talk about Origi. Where do you think his future lies, James?
You see, I think this is a really tough one because he's going to have a season where he's not played. Well, he's played 42 minutes, scored 2 goals. So it's going to be a reputational signing, isn't it? So he's out of contract, and then it's who's going to give him the most money. I think there's a really high chance he goes to Italy.
Well, to go into James's point, it has come out that Newcastle are interested in Duvan Zapata, and Atalanta are looking to get Origi if the deal goes through. So first and foremost, I think the Serie A is a little bit more his pace. And Atalanta are a great team in a lot of different ways. So he's guaranteed to, at the very least, get consistent European football with that team.
Yeah, and I think it's the slower pace. He's just a relaxed individual, isn't he? And Zapata's a big, powerful centre forward who can score a goal. Origi's relatively similar, a bit quicker probably. So it would make sense for Atlanta. And if we sort of reduce the fee so that they could give him a bit of a wedge of cash, which is probably what he's looking for contract running out, it might just make sense for everybody.
Yeah, this is incorrect.
I was about to touch on that as well. I looked at the report from Dan Rose from the Bournemouth Echo, and he did an updated tweet on it, and he said just understood that there's actually no option to buy, but there was a bit of confusion on that end. We can confirm exclusively. No, I'm just kidding. We can confirm that there's no option to buy. No option to buy at all, which is puts it in Liverpool's hands. But yeah, I mean, Chedu, as you mentioned, Zapata, Origi, is a place for Origi in the Premier League, or will it be abroad?
I generally can't see a Premier League team picking him up. Maybe I would have said Burnley, but they just signed Whitehorse, so that's a no. I don't think, as someone said, Newcastle splashing money on him. I can't see that happening. I think Newcastle are becoming a little bit they've turned into an ambitious club. We've seen the signings they've made so far in the January transfer market. Imagine the ones that are going to happen in the summer if they do stay up. So I don't think Origi is going to be the player for them. They're probably going to want someone more high profile. So I'd say that most likely he's going to go abroad unless he stays at Liverpool now and signs for a team that get promoted next season. But as it seems, I just can't see him staying in English football right now.
Yeah.
Maybe Southampton, they liked him, didn't they? When he went there on loan, he had a good time there.
That was Minamino.
Gave him a glowing review.
Minamino, yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely, I think so. It'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Taki. I was talking about Divock.
Oh, right.
But we'll go on
Definitely
to Taki. We'll go on to Taki. We'll go to you, Dan. Minamino's future. Apparently, he wants to stay at Liverpool. He wants to stay and fight for his place, is the quotes that are coming out from Sky yesterday. Even though Leeds were apparently interested in a £20 million move. Do you think it's rather ambitious of Minamino to say he's going to stay and fight for his place? But to be honest, I'm not going to complain because he's popped up with some big goals this season.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you have to think about Minamino's thinking perspective. What is he thinking right now? And he's definitely saying, okay, we know that Origi is on his way out. I mean, that's no secret. He knows that Luis Diaz came in, so there's just no way of him featuring on the wings. But there needs to be that one extra forward on that front 5-6 that Liverpool have. And who's that going to be, you know? He knows that if he leaves, one of the youngsters is just going to step in and take it, even if he doesn't play. At the end of the day, Minamino just thinks to himself, if I stay, I mean, I'm going to be playing cup games. I'm going to get more experience from all these guys that are incredibly well. It's proven that club is willing to change his formation to a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-4-2. So he knows that change is coming. And when change is coming, substitutions and opportunities are going to be arising. I know that Kris made a video, not this Kris, but our other Kris made a video on a possible 4-2-3-1 formation from Klopp that he wants to experience based on his record this season. So his thinking process is, I'm going to get more opportunities here. I haven't had the best of luck at Liverpool yet, but the best is set to come. We've seen a better Minamino. We've seen a more improved Minamino. And I think this rest of the season and the upcoming season is going to be crucial for him because he will get more game time. We're not always going to be playing with Luis Diaz, Jota, and Mo, you know? So, by the way, Jen, we still love you. We love you every day of our lives. We see you every time. We love you.
Yeah, we love. Anyone who wants to become a mod, you know, if you're sticking around and you prove you're sensible and you can sort us out and you can help us out, that'd be amazing. You know, we really appreciate everyone coming into these streams regularly. And we're starting to build a real little community here. So why not stick around and hit the subscribe button? And which Rossi are we talking about? We're talking like Giuseppe Rossi, or like
Daniel
Rossi HD?
The motor driver Rossi, is it that one?
Which Rossi are we on about, Greg? Which Rossi?
All
on
of them.
about? All Rossis.
Yeah, if you combine all of them.
Yeah. Another potential outgoing, Chedu, Nico Williams. A man who Bournemouth apparently inquired about, but the deal was more on the Liverpool side of things. Liverpool trying to shift him out apparently. But yeah, are you thinking that Nico Williams should stay, or do you think he could potentially leave the club? And if so, where should he go?
I can't really see that happening now. No, I don't think there's enough time to make that happen.
Yep.
But if I think Nico Williams is an interesting one because ever since Kiana Hoover was sent to Wolves, it's been a little bit of a debate of whether Nico's good enough to stay or to go. And I really don't know. I don't have enough confidence in him to stay. I think a loan would be the most sensible thing. I don't think we just have to outright sell him at the moment, especially like with Connor Bradley. I think has proven himself to be quite a right back as far as we have seen. So you know, I'm all about loaning him and just having Connor Bradley take his spot. I mean, Joe Gomez would probably be the backup right back, but Connor Bradley would also make a good cover. But I'd say let Nico go. He needs to prove himself in a consistently starting for a team to show that he can actually deliver. Because popping in every so often for us in a cup game isn't that much to actually show us what he's about, to show that he can actually be a member of the team and be Trent's understudy. So I think that the best thing for him is just to go out on loan, whether it's to Bournemouth or any other team that's willing to take him.
It also seems like he doesn't have a position set yet. He doesn't know if he's a left back, a right back, a winger, a midfielder. So I think like he needs to find himself first, you know, like a position wise, and then you know eventually try to challenge for a starting spot or a reserve spot or a substitute spot in a club like Liverpool or a different one.
I'd say Nico Williams is one of very few. Well, he's in an unfortunate position. I think his best position is a wing back. And not many teams deploy that, and you know he has to find the right team to do that, and if not, he has to fill in at right back or wing, and he hasn't really quite naturally got that balance yet. So I do think he has got so much talent, but it's just about where he can showcase that. As Chaz has just said, I believe we have some new mods to the channel. If you're a mod, we trust you, so don't go banning everyone. If you don't want the power, let us know. Not an issue. So you can contact us at lfctransferroom.com if you want to contact us. lfctransferroom@gmail.com. Sorry, if you want to email us. We won't be going on to that one yet, whoever's bringing that up, because we want to just teasing you. You're teasing me. Yes, we're not going straight onto that. So we'll talk about the something else that's going on. So we'll go away from Liverpool for a second. We'll go to Everton. And a new managerial appointment across there, and a couple of new players as well. Chedu, James. I haven't gone to you for a little while. James, we'll go talk about.
I was looking up a picture of Valentino Rossi just for a Chedu comparison. It's on the chat.
Yeah, let's have a look. I sort of see it. I sort of see it.
Maybe
you could have had worse, Chedu. You could have had worse. I've had James Maddison, so
that's good. I'll take that.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. But James, Deli Ali and Donny van der Beek in at Everton Frank Lampard is the manager. What are we thinking?
I'm a bit confused why they've done Van der Beek and Deli Ali. Why get two midfielders not renowned for work rate? Are you going to just play, a team of 10s and stuff like that? So that doesn't make sense to me. But it's Everton, so that kind of makes sense to me when you say it's Everton that have done it. Okay. Frank Lampard, probably the best they could have got in this situation. Don't think it's, it's not a proven signing. I think they needed a bit of passion putting back in their club. I think he's just as good as what Duncan Ferguson could have done. Probably in the longer term, Frank Lampard could do more, but as we know, he's got the Chelsea youth team behind him. The Jody Morris, who's brilliant at training and stuff like that. So if they get the right kids coming through, Everton could do probably quite well. So that makes sense. Dele Alli and Van der Beek, I don't get why they've got both of them. I think you should have just gone with one because you can't have two out-and-out number 10s and neither are famed for work rate. So that confuses me a bit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Chedu, you spoke to us about the sort of mechanics of the Dele Alli deal. Can you just chat us through that again, please?
Yes. So the Dele Alli deal is free transfer right now, which after 20 games they will have to pay, if I remember correctly, 10 million, and with additional fees that can go up to 40 million in total. No, 20 million after 20 games, and then a total of 40 million if all add-ons are paid. Which, when you look at it, first and foremost, congratulations, Daniel Levy, because I don't think Dele Alli is even worth three pounds. I don't know how you pulled that off, but you know what? Fair play. And on the first of all, Everton are stupid for even agreeing to paying that much. Even if it's free now, I think it's foolish to pay.
Not free,
so much
in the club making everyone lazy.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Dele Alli was good, God knows how long ago, and a potential total of 40 million for him is kind of like going to your local shop and buying a bag of chips for the equivalent of a Wagyu steak. Listen,
oh my god!
Congratulations, Dele Alli. You're gonna. Miss you too. Congratulations, Dele Alli, for going to a place where you're going to get game time. But Everton have, I don't even like that's even worse than Wood going to Newcastle for how much?
25.
25. Yeah, that's even worse than that. So,
wasn't he on his way to Crystal Palace too? Was he?
Not sure about that.
Just sat in the car park. Do you remember that?
No, it was Van der Beek that was on his way to Crystal Palace.
Van der Beek, right.
Yeah.
So, unless Everton are planning to sell him after 19 games, I generally don't see this as a good transfer for them.
But there's a good chance that's happened quite a lot. When people have had, once you break this, then you pay a fee, and then they've just never played again and just sat them in the reserves. So if Dele Alli doesn't have a great first 19 games,
just
what are they going to do? They're just going to sit on him, flog him. He's going to earn his 100 grand a week doing nothing. In fact, this is the perfect Dele Alli transfer, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, for him, it definitely is.
I just don't see it, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. I think Jesse Lingard's a better player than Dele Alli.
Oh, a million percent.
And how much hate would I get for saying that 3 years ago? Like that would be, people would be sending me DMs and stuff. It's man.
Dele Alli was meant to be the future of English football, wasn't he?
Yeah,
but he got a big contract and then decided he can't be asked.
Hyla, bro, you don't like the colour. It's transfer news day. It's transfer colours, man.
Transfer window season. It's almost over. We should be back with the red one soon, though. Don't worry.
But yeah, we've got loads of cool new banners. Should we tease them? Should we tease them?
Just a quick tease, just like a little second, so you guys can see.
So this is the debate room one. The debate room. We love the debate room one. We love those, and this is just a normal one. So for when we're just chin wagging.
There's also a podcast one around there, I think.
There is a podcast one. There's only a 3-person one though, so I can't put the 4-person one on.
It's gonna stay in secret for now.
Yeah, exactly. There's no blue. What do you mean blues?
Are we the Everton transfer room?
Oh, I think he's talking about my shirt.
Oh,
Ah,
no, I think it, like because we're talking about blues.
and I'm wearing blue as well, to be fair.
And I think James is wearing like gray or something. Okay.
I think
Unacceptable
it's
behavior.
green. It just doesn't come through well.
I know. It's
proper
terrible.
fuzzy, actually.
Let's go talk about Tottenham, which is Tottenham transfer room. He's referring to the mod name color. Oh, okay, right. We're just so stupid at the end of the day. Just go. This is why we make content and we don't, we're not doctors at the end of the day. This is what we're doing. So Tottenham, signing Bentancur on a permanent deal, £19 million, I believe is the fee, and then we moved on to Kulusevski as well, a player who won Young Player of the Year into this area. Conte wanted to sign him at Inter. I mean, Dan, it's looking like two very good signings for Spurs, and they finally got their deals over the line after they tried to get Luis Diaz and they failed.
It's definitely it's gonna get really, really rough in the competition. Tottenham, we know that they were going for Luis Diaz. Now they seem to be going after was it Betancourt that they just got or no?
Yeah, Bentancur and Kulusevski.
Kulusevski. We know Kulusevski's quality. He just needs someone to explode that quality. He's been going on and off. Just ghosting in the Serie A. But if Antonio Conte is the right man to explode that power, I mean, he could be getting himself into a great move in that Tottenham side. And we know that Betancourt is a great talent. You guys seen what he's done. He was a regular starter in Juventus. I'm surprised that they're keeping Arthur and not just offloading Arthur and keeping Betancourt. But those are two great appointments. Isn't there like too many wingers at Tottenham? There's Lucas Moura, Heung-min Son, who can play as a striker, of course.
Bergwijn.
Now there's I think it's Bergwijn. Is Bergwijn still at?
Yeah.
I mean, they just have so many. I mean, I'm just surprised that none of them have worked out for Antonio Conte, at least.
Okay, so I've just seen the Kulusevski deal. It's a 10 million loan fee for a year and a half. Obligation to buy for 35 million if they qualify for the Champions League and he makes a certain amount of appearances. There's also an option clause anyway of 35 million euros, and it would be paid in 5 installments. So this is very much a good deal for Tottenham. And he's a player who who Antonio Conte was really, really admired. He's a quality player.
We will be getting into Carvalho. Everybody's
we will be, but look, you gotta be patient. You gotta stay with us because we've got so much to cover.
The finances of it, then
prove you're loyal.
Deli Ali should be making 20 appearances, paying 20 million. Then they've got the first payment of Kulinowski to make. Then he should be getting near 40 appearances, pay the next 20 million, and it pays it off. So they've structured it so that both sets of money should be coming in at the same time. It's just will Deli Ali work out?
This is so they're not paying for him permanently. It's 1.5 million loan deal fee with a 250,000 bonus if Bournemouth get promoted, but there is no buy fee at the end of it. Bournemouth
and they're paying for their salary too, right? Or no?
Yeah, they're paying the full wage. Yeah, so there's no wrong with it. Let's talk about Jesse Lingard, guys, because I did mention him. What on earth are Man United thinking? He's not playing football. Chedu, he's not playing football. Why is he still there?
I wish I had an answer for that because you look at the situation, right? You have a player that last season proved himself to be good enough to at least bring them 15 to 20 million, maybe even 25. We're talking probably a stupid team like Norwich that just like to splash money on players that won't be good at the end of the day.
He was okay at West Ham too, right?
Yeah,
he was great at West Ham. He was great at West Ham. And West Ham even wanted him. But United decided to keep him just to not play him. And yeah. So
it's ridiculous. I mean,
it makes no sense on all parties, really, because Lingard's is not going to get game time, and United are just paying him to be there. Like, they don't even want to offload him; they just want him to exist in their training ground, and that's about it. And I wish I knew what was going on, but United are just a weird team. honestly.
And he's only got 6 months left on his contract, so he'll leave on a free at the end of the season anyway. It just makes no sense from Manchester United's financial point of view, James, that Lingard's still at the club.
Yeah, so I've just looked it up. He's 29. When he played for West Ham, in 16 appearances, he got 9 goals. That was the last 6 months of the season. So
I didn't expect that either.
He's worth a decent amount. You know, you could push it to 35 if you were talking about a goal scorer midfielder, which everybody needs.
We'll do this in a minute.
And what they've done is they've just sat on him until his contract expires. He's got probably one move left in him at 29, you know, one big contract move left. And he could have gone pretty much anywhere. I don't see why. It might not just be Man U in this. He might be waiting for his own payday to get the, you know, the transfer fee in his own pocket and stuff like that. Or he might have really wanted to break into the Man U team. And all the promises and everything was there until Ronaldo came in at the 11th hour. But just don't make sense.
I suppose, and this is my devil's avocado hat, they've sold Martial, Van der Beek, who else have they got rid of? Amad Diallo and a couple of others. So maybe
They were
might
going to
actually
get
get...
Phil Jones.
Yeah. Oh no. So, you know, maybe he will get a bit of football in the second half of this season, but honestly, I don't understand.
But I mean,
unpopular opinion, as a footballer, I would take Lingard at Liverpool. As a footballer, not as a person or as a player because of his history, but as a footballer, he's good enough, right? In my opinion.
Yes, I would start him like today. I would start him over Henderson, over Milner.
Oh God,
Curtis.
nah, we'll go that far. Have him in the squad. No, nah.
Listen, Henderson started the season really. I love Henderson. I mean, I have him at the back of my shirt. I love Henderson, but he's had a little bit of a dip. Not really performing that much, but we're not talking about that. Lingard, fantastic player, and you say about him, you know, with all those players leaving, maybe getting a chance, but listen to the players you named: Martial, Diallo, Van de Beek, players who haven't really been getting playtime at all. So it might mean nothing. It might mean that they're finally, you know, realizing that they can't just have like 72 players locked in the basement waiting to get their the game time that's never going to come. So, you know, it's really bad decisions from the United staff, because you're having the chance of selling a talented player for a good amount of money, but he's leaving on a free, and it's not like it's even worth it. Like Mbappe, who they could have sold Mbappe for 180 million, but from a PSG standpoint, it's better to keep him and letting him go on a free to have a better chance of winning the Champions League. But if you're just not going to use Lingard, what's the point of keeping him there and letting him go on a free when teams are lining up to pay for him? Yeah. It makes no sense.
Also, Kris, could you give our boys some like a stream recap?
Yeah, we'll go back through what we've been discussing. So first off, we discussed Nat Phillips, his move to Bournemouth, 1.5 million in a loan fee with £250,000 as a potential bonus. Nico Williams is also subject of interest from Bournemouth, but that doesn't look like it is going to happen. Divock Origi's potential future as well as Takumi Minamino's, which we thought he won't be leaving Liverpool for a little while. What else? We went on to Everton. We went on to Chelsea. No, we just went on to Everton. We haven't told about Chelsea. I don't think anything's been going on there.
No.
So yeah, and Tottenham as well. So loads of stuff going on. You can go rewatch this. Go on.
We'd like to point out something that we didn't say, but that was confirmed. Rhys Williams is staying at Liverpool as the 5th center back choice after Nap left.
So you're forgetting about Sepp Vanderberg.
Yeah, well, he's still on loan.
Well, he's still on loan, but
wait, is Rhys Williams still at Liverpool? Wasn't he on loan?
Rhys Williams has come back.
Oh, he came back. They got his loan terminated. And by the way, right now there's 75 people watching the YouTube. Considering the Twitter is down, considering we're still not streaming onto Facebook yet because there's great things going to happen on Facebook, this is really good. So if you haven't subscribed yet, do so. The guys are putting out videos every single day. Don't miss out.
Exactly.
For every person that subscribes is 10 million that John Henry is going to put up for the Liverpool transfer budget for summer.
Just because you subscribe, that's the only reason we got Luis Diaz. We told you, 1 subscriber, that's 5 million.
Exactly. 1.5K by the end of today. I think that's a reasonable target. That's about 60 more subscribers for the rest of the day. share it with your mates, share it with your friends. It really means a lot to us. We keep going, we keep moving. And yeah, there's a lot of you in the chat. We've grown so much over the last, week or so, really. There's been about 400 or 500 of you who've come and joined the family. So keep coming and doing that. So we'll go on to the news of the day. Because it's still up in the air as to whether this contract will be happening. Yes, I know I've tickled your balls a little while, but now we're here.
Wait, before we feed them, just want to say something that's interesting, maybe cause a little bit of a discussion here. And according to
you've teased them, bro. You've really teased them.
I had to, like at the last second, you're gonna have to wait a little bit more. But apparently, Liverpool are set to send representatives to Italy next month to establish contacts with Paulo Dybala ahead of a free transfer in the summer.
No way.
Sauce.
No way.
We don't need to talk about the source. Let's just talk about the idea of the
source.
source.
The source is Chedu's nan.
I did read I was going to mention that I did read a report that Italian website Tutto Mercato was saying that Liverpool, after the transfer window ends, will be sending representatives not only for Dybala but also I believe it was for a defender. I don't know if it was De Vrij or if it was someone like that, but it seems likely. But I would say that Manchester City seem to be the front runners for their signature in the summer. We already spoke about this in a previous stream. If you guys want to check out what we think about Dybala, go check it out in one of our previous streams. But I just don't think it's a reasonable.
We'll do a video on Dybala as well. We'll do a video in the future. We'll do one. But I'll tell you why I don't think it will happen. He's the Argentine Deli Ali. He peaked 4 or 5 years ago, lads. I'm sorry. On his day, he's a match winner.
Trust.
On his day, he's a match winner, but he's injury prone. He'll be on ridiculous wages. No, on no planet in this solar system, in this universe, would Jurgen Klopp have Dybala at Liverpool, especially on the money that he's on. But yeah, Chedu, you really tickled him.
Trust.
We're at 90 viewers already, so make sure you subscribe and keep it up.
If we're sending representatives there, it's got to be for Chiesa, not Dybala. Regardless,
he's
if
got an
anyone's
ACL
in
injury.
just knock on that door.
He's got an ACL injury, so we don't know how he's going to come back.
Supposedly, screen here the report that I was reading earlier today, which doesn't really make sense considering we have Sepp Vandenberg, Riz Williams on the line. Who else we got?
Wow, we've got 4 first choice centre backs who are more
injured. We're good.
Right, this is not January 2021. Okay, we don't need centre backs anymore. Okay, no more Ben Davis, no more Kabak. We need no one.
I forgot that guy existed. Oh my god,
Ben Davis is a hologram.
But yeah, finally to the news. All of you have been asking for and waiting to hear. Yes, Liverpool is a possible destination for Christian Pulisic.
Oh, gnarly, dude.
So we could be having the very next
LeBron James.
Messi in our hands.
LeBron James of soccer.
Yes.
Oh boy, when where's that from?
Wait, I don't know. I just saw.
We can safely say that
I saw a Twitter account with the USMNT logo as their profile picture. Say that. I don't really know.
Definitely don't trust Chedu on that one.
But this is why we need Chedu. This is why we need Chedu. Everybody loves some Chedu in their life.
Oh, absolutely. We all need Chedu. Let's just talk about, before we get into Carvalho, because I'm going to tease you a little bit more. Matheus Cunha, now he actually featured in a 5 strikers we should sign in January, a video that I did back in September, I believe. One of my favorite videos I've ever done on the channel. And his statistics are, I would like to say, tissue worthy as to how good they are. They genuinely, he was in 90th percentiles for pressures and, just everything running. He works hard. Mate, I mean, Dan, I'll go to you. Matheus Cunha, would you take him at Anfield? I mean, he's not really done great at Atletico Madrid.
Absolutely, but he's not gonna leave. He's not gonna leave Atletico. He just moved there. I do understand that they have an overhaul of strikers now with Joao Felix, Luis Suarez, Matheus Cunha. Who else is in line? There's a couple more strikers that they have in line. So I do see
Mbappe.
that Cunha will start fighting for his place. Luis Suarez is aging. Joao Felix is playing more as a wide player. Oh, Griezmann! I forgot about Griezmann. How can I forget about Griezmann? So, by the way, Kris, would you be able to read?
Massive shout out to Arsenal. I'll reject FC for donation. Absolute legend of a man. Or woman or person. We don't discriminate. As much as it pains me to say, if we replace Bobby with Nkunku and get a midfielder like Basuma or Tchouameni, compete for a treble next season. Slow down.
No, but that's not far off. That's not far off. You look at Tchouameni's stats. You look at Nkunku. With Lewis, you've got.
I will piss on your cornflakes a little bit. Okay.
Was it James that did the video on Nkunku after he did that?
Tar did one.
Tar did one. I've done Tchouameni.
See, guys, like, there's no reason why not to subscribe. There's so many videos on there. Go check it out.
So many videos on all of these players. All I will say is, boys, in Liverpool's 130-year history, they've won the treble twice.
Yeah, it's gonna be 3 times now. Let's go.
Just calm down. Manchester City are one of the best.
Seems like we win all 4 trophies this season.
Right, Chedu, can you wear your shirt backwards, please? Go.
Give me a second. I am not showing my tits.
Chedu stripped in the LFC Transfer Room draft. It was.
Ooh, Nkunku overrated. You see, I don't think he is.
No.
I think he's got a lot.
Taya, what have you done? What have you said?
I thought he was until I seen
where are the moderators
everywhere. He
let me get you Christopher Nkunku stats on Football Reference, and you will believe how good he is. Non-penalty goals 94%. MPXG 93rd, assists 93rd, expected assists 94th. Goals and assists expected 97th, shot creating actions 93rd, 93rd in the touches and attacking penalty area, 97th in progressive passes received, and even 83rd in aerials won. This boy is special. This boy is absolutely special.
What are we talking about?
Nkunku.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Dybala for a second. Yes, Nkunku is fantastic. I would happily take him at the club.
Yeah, we definitely. And by the way, there is a pending investigation on Yves Basuma, so I'm not really sure that we should be discussing him. As a footballer, yes, he's fantastic, but we're not sure as a person. We'd be, of course, go for that. Yeah. Aubameyang to Arsenal. Aubameyang to Barca.
Yes, love to. Can't wait for Aubameyang to join Arsenal.
Aubameyang is rejoining Arsenal, isn't he? I mean, he's not going to Barcelona, but we've kept them waiting long enough.
Also, speaking of Bissouma, not Liverpool related, by the way.
Subscribe.
Speaking of Bissouma, by the way, before that, not Liverpool related, but it's, I was reading that Steven Gerrard is making a final push for him on transfer deadline day. So, what is going on with Stevie G, man? Like, he's just getting like such a great team set together. If Luis Suarez and Bissouma, the deals like are true, can you imagine that team?
I don't think Suarez is going there, and to be honest, I like it's 2022. We can't be talking about Luis Suarez.
Can someone pull up the last comment that just came up? Oh, wouldn't you like to know? You just have to sit through 30 more minutes of us talking. that response.
It's so funny.
We're about
to unintentionally interrupted again. I love this man. I love him. We love Stevie G to get played, you know. But yeah, it's we might as well do it now. Come on, boys. James.
Yeah, let's feed them. They've
John McGinn together though. That'd be good.
So
Carvalho,
let's Carvalho. What are your thoughts? I mean, what are your thoughts on him?
Well,
go on, Chedu.
So just quickly want to say from what I've seen from Twitter the last few moments is that Liverpool are making one final push for him, trying to see if they can indeed get him. From what I've seen, don't know how true it is. It's an offer of 12 million plus. I think it's.
Where are you getting this from, Chedu?
I fully lost it. But essentially, Fulham won between 10 to 15 million, plus getting him back on loan. While Liverpool are saying that if they have to pay that much for him, they don't want him to go back on loan and want to keep him at the club. So it's a little bit of a tough position from both teams.
Not only that, but also the fee is somewhat of misunderstanding. Nobody knows what is going on. Is it 5 million? Is it 7 million? And we were reading that Talk Sport, I think it was, or or Team Talk were claiming that the fee was 10 million that we put on the table. I mean,
Yeah.
it would be ridiculous for them to turn down a 10 million offer. I don't know at this point.
It's difficult, though, isn't it?
I mean-
if you're talking about what you believe as a football club to be one of the best talents to come through your academy ever, you've messed up on the contract and he's about to leave for 10 million. If we were Liverpool fans and that was happening to Harvey Elliott, and it'll be 10 million, it'll be our tribunal, you would be fuming, wouldn't you? We'd be up in arms going, how can we let a player like this leave for 5 million to 10 million? Who could go to the Liverpool team? So there's a bit of a... I don't know if it's Fulham and I don't know if it's Carvalho, but someone is not happy.
I think it's Carvalho. If I'm being honest with you,
If it's Carvalho, I think Klopp will walk away.
I don't think it is. I don't think it's Fulham because a lot of false rumours came out about Fulham's poor relationship with Liverpool. This is not true. Harvey Elliott's deal did complicate that, but then Liverpool did them a favour with the Harry Wilson loan, letting them pay a year after than they should have done. They haven't paid a penny for Harry Wilson yet. But I think that Carvalho might see or might have been advised to go one step below a club like Liverpool. So I think a potential destination is Borussia Dortmund.
I don't really think it's Carvalho that doesn't want to move. I generally think that it's just Fulham trying to get something more from him because we look at Carvalho, we look how good he is and how much of a prospect he is. And you think selling him for 5 to 7 million is a little bit of an insult. And
I mean, what are the possibilities, really? I mean, Liverpool wants to bring him. The only thing that could probably upset him is the game time. He's not going to get enough game time.
Yeah, but you look at him right now, and you look at the team. I can be the only one who thinks that that he was start over most of our substitutes right now. I mean, wouldn't you play Carvalho over Minamino, Origi, or Oxlade if we need someone up top?
Wait, but that's up top though. Like, isn't Carvalho a midfielder though?
No. He's attacking midfielder and winger.
Okay.
Yeah,
and even in midfield, like I would play him over Milner right now, over Curtis right now, over even Henderson right now.
Don't go saying that about Curtis Jones.
Love this man, but
Curtis Jones has been amazing so far for us.
But Carvalho has just been completely. Listen,
different player.
I love Curtis Jones, and yeah, they're different players. At the end of the day, he would be going back. If not to Fulham, he's going to go to another team on loan, at least for now. Even next season if it's needed. But paying that much for him right now, like even if we have to bump it up to 10 or 15, I would make that deal for a player that's going to be fantastic in the future. Even Klopp said it himself that he's a top one for the future. So,
but he's going to be available on a free at the end of the season. Free.
But the problem with that is we have to compete against the likes of Dortmund and other teams. And when you put a young player with Liverpool and Dortmund who's been notorious for building young players into superstars, at least during their time at Dortmund, and then selling them for a big amount of money. We'll look at Dembele, we'll look at Pulisic, we'll look at Sancho, we'll look at Haaland too, who's gonna leave at some point for God knows how much.
Reina.
It's a really, really, really like good option for a young player. Bellingham too.
Probably the best option.
Yeah, over Liverpool, a team where they're not going to get that much game time at the start, but on the long run, it's going to be worth it. So waiting until the summer is just, if we wait until the summer, he's not going to come to Liverpool. So it's either now or for however much money in the far future. So
that's a good point.
It's completely worth it to spend 5 extra million for a player that's going to be fantastic in the future.
And it's a guarantee as well. This is kind of getting a bit dodgy now. This is kind of getting a little bit dodgy.
Something I don't want to be involved in.
I don't really want to be here.
Listen, LFC Transfer Room OnlyFans 1.
Listen, if it makes money, at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, we're going to use that profit to make this better. So who knows? A Chedu OnlyFans will probably work.
Yeah, and we'll finish off with a couple of deals for our rivals as well. We've discussed Carvalho in length. There's a big stream on him from yesterday, and a video from Jack Collins, who still thinks the deal will be done. But Ousmane Dembele, as Hyler has just brought up, James, potentially could be moving to Chelsea. Thank Christ Liverpool have avoided him, in my opinion. But what
Yeah,
are
I
your
mean,
thoughts on Ousmane Dembele?
if Chelsea's medical department want another player to be just sitting around, then it's a good move because he's injured all the time. Chelsea have a habit of collecting wingers and doing nothing with them. The last good wing pairing that I can remember Chelsea having is Damien Duff and Aaron Robben when it was them
Willian
two.
and
That is
Pedro,
the last time
right?
I can remember. That is a throwback, isn't it?
What about Eden Hazard? Come on, man.
Willian and
Pairing.
Hazard. Come on.
Pairing.
In the
Who
Chelsea
was the other
days.
one?
Willian.
No Hazard.
Come on, James. Come on.
Hazard's great, but as a pairing, that's what I'm saying.
I love
When was the
William.
last pairing that they had?
It was what
Probably
was it?
Willian.
Hazard and Pedro at the time, or what?
Hazard, Pedro, Willian. Come on.
Hazard
Come on.
and what generic winger they're going to ruin this time. And Dembele's injury record is shocking, isn't it?
And
I mean,
the
I know
amount
you're
of
picking up
money.
a £106 million player for nothing, but I just don't buy it. He's not done anything about
But
it.
he's not that money, is he?
And
Barcelona completely overpaid for him because they were in panic mode and because they could.
And that's the thing with young players. That's really the problem. We've seen the same thing with João Felix. As good of a talent as he was, it's when you see a young player do really, really well, you have either two options: buy him for a premium right then and there, with them just having like one good season on their belts, which is the case with João Felix, or wait a little bit longer but risk.
Just letting you know, Justin, you can take caps lock off.
Yes.
All right, fella. Just letting you know.
So, you can wait an extra season, but that's risking for another team to come in and take them instead. But if you wait, you have the premium of seeing if they're actually a good player, if they just had one good season. On Barcelona's, like, to be nice on Barcelona, I think no one could have expected him to be have the skeletal system of a chip, because it breaks in half in 3 seconds. But at the same time, like, we look at the things that Barcelona players have said, like when Valverde was manager, they would train 30 minutes tops. They wouldn't do anything, which, of course hurts their fitness as well. So I don't think it's that much, like, it's not that crazy that he didn't make it. I mean, yes, they definitely paid more than what he was probably worth at the time, but it is also like maybe 30-40 million less would have been acceptable because again, we got to think back to Ousmane Dembele at Borussia Dortmund. He was an absolute beast. He was as good or even better than Sancho was. Plus younger. It's just been really unlucky on them that he's just not managed to make it, as well as him, not putting the effort to really. Yes, I do. I'm not gonna get them. You're gonna have to pay me 50.
Dean, if you put a super chat in,
if you put a super chat, I'll go get my Robertson shirt. Sure.
Yeah.
Hey,
super chat. If you put a super chat in, we'll do it. All right.
Hey,
we'll do anything for money here. We're shameless.
We keep on Chedu's point, by the way. So far, I think we've seen the maximum of the stream has been 106 viewers so far, and it's stayed at a consistent rate. So I know I don't show up as much in the streams, but if you are enjoying these three gentlemen and our whole team, we have a pretty solid team. Consider subscribing. They're doing amazing work. And then, by the way, in the community, I didn't know, but you could reply to other people while the chat goes on. So I don't know if you noticed, but like it looks like there's a lot of people that are already like interacting between each other. So this is turning into a huge community. It's a really fun thing to do. So subscribe.
We all love you guys, and it's great to know little bits about all of you. I also, obviously, working with some Anfield Agenda stuff as well, get to know like that some of their community. They've come over here and get to know our guys. So we'll keep going. We'll keep plowing out this content until the deadline ends. I think I might have a day off tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie. I'm going to Swansea tomorrow to watch some football. So yeah, everyone subscribe to this channel. It is insane. Why wouldn't you? And we'll probably do videos on like Dybala, any other targets that come in. So yeah, please do. Just please do consider leaving a subscription. Anything else we want to discuss, guys, before we leave?
I would like to point out that according to reports, Kylian Mbappe has agreed to join on a free at the end of the season to Real Madrid. So
to Real Madrid, you really clickbaited us all there.
For 961,500 euros per week, making it around 41 million.
If I'm talking
that's them giving him the transfer fee over a duration, isn't it?
Yep. Mbappe 2020 was nice while it lasted, guys. Okay, it was really nice while it lasted.
Unless John Henry from the
it's not even him. Someone just stole his wallet, man. Someone just stole his wallet, and it's just
corner taken quickly. Henry,
listen, we can always trust Mickey Edwards to do one last miracle before he goes.
No. Mickey Edwards is a fraud. It's all about King Julian now.
Julian was
he was the one behind
really
the
good with the
Mickey. Wasn't it? Mickey, listen to what these people are saying. How dare they talk you down?
It's all about King Julian nowadays, bro.
It's all about Julian Ward's temple.
King Julian. Hey, wait, I'll find the photo.
Mickey, you're really being replaced by a man with the same name from a kids' TV show character. I just want you to know that. I'm just trying to find the Photoshop I did on Twitter. Oh, I don't think I want to see that.
Yeah, you do, man. Yeah, you do.
According to reports, I think it was Julian Ward, the one that finished the deal with Porto.
Yes.
So that was a great deal by him, considering that we offer less than his release clause, and we beat Tottenham. And show them this picture, Chris. Come on.
Yeah, right. We got this. Okay, we all watched Madagascar when we were younger. Yeah. Of you guys, back in the day, here we go. We got King Julian. Yeah, boy.
King Julian.
So you're just gonna keep adding players as he signs them.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. That was the plan.
Okay.
If you guys like that graphic design, make sure to subscribe. Chris has a lot of his.
Yeah, I do all the thumbnails nowadays. I mean, Dean, right? Listen, if you donate, we will do it. All right, I'll do it later if you want.
All right, this is kind of making
specifically
you pimp out Chedu here.
Yeah, I'll do it for money. Oh, wait! I have news, guys.
Oh, okay.
I have news.
Breaking news.
Just refresh Twitter. We got news.
Go on.
I got to trending.
Here we go. You ready, guys?
And I see.
Come on.
That Rihanna's pregnant.
Oh, right. At the end of the day,
thank you so much, guys, for joining us.
So much, everyone, for joining the LFC Transfer Room stream.
There we go.
Thank you so much, Chedu.
Sorry for that, guys.
We've now terminated his contract. He's a big fraud, and he's no longer coming back unless we just add him back in for a bit,
No, but on a real, talking about Fabio Carvalho. I just wanted to say that he's going to be 20 this year. That's really all I'm here for. That's all news I have about from him right now.
Oh, I can't stand you. I honestly can't stand you. You're such. I've missed you so much.
Hey, before we end off this comment, I wanted to be part of a stream to tell you guys about this. As you guys may know, or can tell, I'm South American, and I've been watching consistent South American football, especially the Copa America and the qualifiers. And I've seen Luis Diaz every single day, every single time he plays for Colombia. You guys need to understand, this guy is one of the best players for his age in general in the world. I don't know why there's not much hype, the same as like the Holland level or like the Adeyemi level. This guy is just as good, if not as good. Look at that. Go, Chedu. Right now, we're LFC Colombia Transfer Room. Where is it at? Down.
Yeah, man. And we got an interview with Pipe Sierra on the channel as well from yesterday.
Oh, we have, yeah. Tell them about that. Tell them about that, Chris.
Yeah, well, we chatted about, we got some exclusives as well about the numbers in the contract. So, yeah, that's the plan. Hey, listen, we'll do pretty much anything for a super chat, lads. At the end of the day, we're trying to make a living here. But anyway, I think that's a good place to end the stream. Anyway, an hour in, so it's really, really cool. to be just chatting with all of you. There will be a show at 9 and 10 p.m. James and Louis will be back, maybe with me if I can make it out the Anfield Agenda streaming time, and then Jackie Boy, the sexy voice man, will be back at 10 p.m.
He's suit and tying it for the final.
I'm gonna verbally abuse him unless he doesn't.
Okay.
So. Yeah, it's got to happen. Jack will be seeing through the transfer deadline. Maybe Liverpool will get Fabio Carvalho in. But
Paulo Carvalho.
I don't know who Paulo Carvalho is, but yeah,
sounds like a fantastic player.
He certainly does. We will catch you in the next stream, and we'll see you soon. Bye.